Getting ready to wrap up the finishing touches on a points championship here at the Clay County Fair Speedway. Next time by will be Green Flag Racing. Cooper and Penny set the pace at the front of the field. The 75 and the 7P out front. Now back straightaway this time out of turn number 4. Head flagman Logan Kelly will wait to give him the sign. Will be Green Flag Racing off of turn number 4. Definitely a quick pace set by that front row. There we are for turn 4. Green flag's out. Heat race number 1 is underway. Penny, your early race leader. A good start from Briggs. He's to the outside, trying to make a run for that race lead. 2 turns, 1 and 2 here in this opening lap. 4 wide for third off of turn number 2. Klaus in the 7C. Looks like Probe slows behind them. Klaus in the 7C to the outside of Johnson in the 48J. They'll go side by side for third now as they run through turns 3 and 4. Side by side for the lead, and at the flag stand, leading lap number 1 is the 87 of Briggs. Briggs leads over Penny. Klaus runs in that 3 spot. Johnson runs 4th. Cooper 5th. Side by side battle for 6th deep in the field. 3-car battle for 5th now between Cooper, Probst, and Dawson DeBoer as those 3 drivers battle deep in the field for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Battle for 4th, excuse me, that was 5th, 6th, 7th. Battle for 4th heating up now. Brian Johnson to the outside, Klaus to the inside. They'll go side by side for the 3 spot. Through turns 1 and 2, still side by side for third. Down the back straightaway, the 7C to the inside of the 48J. They'll go door to door into turn number 3 behind Austin Penny. Meanwhile, out front, a commanding lead for your race leader Briggs in the 87. Briggs still leads the field in the 87. Brian Johnson runs 2nd. Penny and Klaus still battle for the 3 spot. Corey Probst is around Cooper now. He's into 5th. Give Klaus 3rd as they run down the back straightaway now in the 7C. And he'll set his sights to the back of the 48J. But everybody's chasing the 87 of Briggs with 2 laps to go. Briggs are on the bottom side of the speedway through turns 1 and 2. Will race down the back stretch. Deep in the field, Dawson DeBoer is now around Bill Cooper as well. Give him another spot. That's up to 6th from 8th. Out front, white flag is out for the 87 at John Briggs. Battle on the speedway for 4th now as Probst runs to the inside of Austin Penny. Dawson DeBoer is going to try to do the same thing through turns 1 and 2. Nearly enough to pull side by side, but not that time. Meanwhile, out front, John Briggs around 3 and 4 for the final time. Look at the flag stand. See the checkered flag, your heat race winner, John Briggs in the 87. Bryant Johnson comes across the line in 2nd. Klaus in 3rd in the 7C. Probst 4th for 5th. Give it to Penny. Across the line in 5th is Penny. 6th is Dawson DeBoer. We've got Cooper and Gagner rounding out your field, but give them a hand, race fans. Heat race number 1 win goes to the driver out of Cherokee, Iowa in the 87, John Briggs. So next time by will be Green Flag Racing again, setting the field, the 21B, failing out front, Seidels to his outside in the 99. Then we've got Nielsen and Darren Johnson in row 2, Bargliff and Cody Nielsen behind them, and Justin Leuenberg rounding out your field. The 45 of Bargliff is running in 2nd in the point standings currently as they run. I don't know if there's a mathematical way for him to catch up to Corey Probst, but if it's possible, it's definitely it's improbable at this point. Got a 23-point gap between Bargliff and Probst at this point. Out of turn number 4, 21B, 99. That's your front row. Logan Kelly gives him the sign. Green flag, we're underway. 3 wide down the front straightaway deep in the field. Nielsen up on the top side of the speedway in the 29 end, making a run around the top side. 3 wide, nearly 4 wide off of 2, and we're going to race 3 wide down the back straightaway for 2nd. Johnson in the 20J has got the 2nd spot for the time being. Seidels out front, but he's got a pack of wild dogs behind him. Nielsen's brothers side by side down the front straightaway for 3rd. Seidels leads lap number 1. Bargliff way out wide, loses a spot. Now we're side by side for 2nd. Darren Johnson on the outside. Cody Nielsen on the inside. They'll race side by side for 2nd. Now Nielsen falls in line behind the 20J. Still out front, Seidels is your leader. Nielsen brothers side by side again for 3rd through turns 1 and 2. Cody Nielsen on the inside. His brother Brandon Nielsen runs on the top side of the speedway. They're side by side for third through turns 3 and 4. Bargluff right there as well on the 45, ready to pounce on any mistake the two Nielsens make. The T8 machine of Brandon Nielsen takes that second spot. Seidel still out front. Now Brandon Nielsen way up over the cushion. He's off the back side of the back straightaway. He's going to lose 2 spots, one to his brother, one for the 45 of Bargluff. He fights back on the outside as they race for fourth through turns 3 and 4. Bargluff to the inside, Nielsen up high, still side by side off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway with 2 laps to go for Seidels. Seidels is your leader with 2 laps to go, but Darren Johnson in the 20J is trying to reel him in. There's a car length advantage for the race lead down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Your final trip around the speedway for the 99 of Seidels. Your race leader Seidels. Johnson runs second, Nielsen still third, Bargluff fourth, Brandon Nielsen behind them. Leuenberg runs in the 6th spot. Final lap down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4 for the last time. Seidels is going to see the checkered flag. Your heat race winner, Josh Seidels in the 99. Johnson comes across the line in second. Nielsen holds on for third ahead of Bargluff in fourth, and Brandon Nielsen fifth. Leuenberg and Pauling behind them. But give it a hand, heat race winner in the 99, Josh Seidels. Field tightens up 2 by 2 down the back straightaway. This time out of turn number 4 will be green flag racing. Jenkins sets the pace. Eric Knetz to his outside. That's your front row. Out of turn 4, Sport Modified heat race number 1 is green. Eric Knetz will lead the field into turns 1 and 2. Papelo around the outside of Jenkins. He'll take that runner-up spot. Keep an eye on Matt Loft, who's on the outside of the speedway, trying to make a run for fourth. 3 wide for third into turns 3 and 4. Brady Joint thinks better of it. Ball's back in line. That opens the door for Matt Loft to go around 2 of them through 3 and 4. That time the 9 car. Keep an eye on the 9 of Matt Loft. He reels in the back of the 25 of Papelo. Got 1M machine of Meyer way out wide. He'll fall back to the tail of the field. Battle for the race lead is on. Papelo to the inside of Knetz. Dan Papelo, your new race leader, into turn number 3. So Papelo out front in the 25 car. Knetz runs second. Matt Loft right there in the 9 in the 3rd spot. And Joint runs in 4th. Matt Loaf to the inside of Knetz, and he'll take the runner-up spot down the back straightaway. Brady Joint looks to follow suit in the 1A and D. Reels on the back of the 75, puts his nose to the inside of turn number 4, trying to make a run for the 3 spot down the front stretch for side by side. Knetz tries to slam the door. Joint kicks it back open, and he moves into the 3rd spot down the back straightaway. He'll try to reel in the top 2. Battle for the race lead is tightening up now through turns 3 and 4. Dan Papelo still out front. Matt Loft runs in the 2 spot. About 2 car lengths separate the top 2. Loft runs about a half a lane lower through turns 1 and 2 in the 9, trying to reel in the 25. Still about 2 car lengths as an advantage through turns 3 and 4. We've got 2 laps to go for your leader, 2 laps to go for Dan Papelo. Race Monitor says the 9 of Loft is the faster car, and we've only got about a half a car length through turns 1 and 2 that time. But catching's one thing, and passing is definitely another. Here's the Clay County Fair Speedway. Nearly enough to pull side by side for the race lead off of 4. We got a white flag out. Nose to tail for the race lead across the flag stand they come. Papelo runs the outside of the speedway. Loft all the way down to the bottom. Side by side off at 2. Down the back straightaway. Nearly enough to pull door to door. Loft's got one more opportunity to get around Papelo. To the inside goes Loft in the 9. Papelo on the outside of the speedway in the 25. Side by side for the race lead. Give it to Dan Papelo in the 25. Matt Loft runs in 2nd. Joint in 3rd. Eric Knetz runs 4th. 22J of Jenkins 5th. And Brett Meyer did not make the finish, so the 1M of Brett Meyer not able to make the call. But your heat race winner, give him a hand, race fans, from Dundee, Minnesota, the 25, Dan Papelo. Notable implement tractor out there rolling in the speedway along with these 6 IMCA Sport Modifieds before heat race number 2 pulls onto the Speedway. Looks like the tractor is pulling off on the backstretch. Out of turn number 4 should be green flag racing. Jensen and Norgard set the pace at the front of the field. Bailey and Nutt behind them. Biddle and Kramer, your final row. The 3 and the 14Z will set the pace down the back straightaway. This time out of turn number 4, Logan Kelly waits to give him the sign. Head flag man Logan Kelly. Out of turn number 4, green flag's out. We are racing. And at turn number 1 they go. Norgard, your early race leader. Zach Norgard in the 14Z, a commanding lead down the back straightaway, and he pulls away. Jensen runs in the 2nd spot. Bailey 3rd. Side-by-side battle behind them. Dallas Nutt runs in the 4th spot. Leading lap number 1, the 14Z, is Zach Norgard. Bailey to the inside of Jensen, and he'll take the 2 spot as they run down the back straightaway. Dallas Nutt looking to follow suit down the back stretch and into turn number 3. Both those drivers running on the top side of the Speedway. Through the middle, though, is Zach Norgard. Nobody's running down the 14Z, a commanding lead for the driver from right here in Spencer, Iowa. He enters on the top side in turn number 1, points the nose down to the middle off of turn 2, and gets a run down the back straightaway. We got one around in turn number 2. It's the 18K machine of Greg Kramer. We'll see if he can get that car fired. Keep the green flag out over the Speedway. He is able to. Green flag stays out. Zach Norgard stays out in front. Mike Bailey still in 2nd. Dallas Nutt now runs 3rd ahead of Jensen, who's in 4th. Then that's the 61 of Biddle rounding out your top 5, and Kramer rounding out your field. Two to go now for Norgard. 2 times around for the 14Z. Currently sits 2nd in the point standings by 3 points, and he's looking to start his race off on the right foot here this evening. Again, enters around the top side in turn number 3, points into the bottom off of turn number 4. Now he slides high off of turn 4, takes the white flag. He's got a lap car ahead of him after Kramer spun early on in the heat race, but I don't think there's enough to catch him. Down the backstretch for the final time. Field and fence post formation here in this final circuit around the Clay County Fair Speedway. Picking up your heat race win, the 14Z, Zach Norgard. Mike Bailey comes across the line in the 2 spot. Dallas Nutt in 3rd. Jensen 4th. 5th is Biddle. 6th will be the 18K of Greg Kramer. Give him a hand, race fans. Heat race number 2 winner, dominating fashion from Spencer, Iowa on the 14Z, Zach Norgard. Keep an eye on Lunenburg in the 17X. Scheduled to start towards the tail of the field. Your former IMCA national champion in the 17X from Reading, Minnesota, pulling his car back pit side. That definitely changes the order of things here in this hobby stock feature. We now have 14 starters, crew running over the 17X machine, seeing what's going on under the hood of that driver from Reading, Minnesota. Keep an eye on that down in the pit area. Field being given the 1 to go here. Next time by will be green flag racing. Lunenburg's going to make the turn down the front straightaway, and he will rejoin the tail of the field, but he'll have to start at the tail. This car went into the pit area before the green flag flies here. So Lunenburg starts at the tail. We do have all 15 starters here lined up. This time out of turn number 4, we'll be back to green flag racing here. Penny starts on the pole in the 7P machine from Lawrence, Iowa. To his outside, Seidels, the 99. Those drivers will set the pace at the front of this 15-car field. Out of turn number 4, season championship night feature event number 1. Green flag's out. Down the front straightaway they come. Nielsen with a good run on the outside. He's going to move into that 2 spot behind Seidels. Seidels, your early race leader. Now Penny fights back on the outside, but Nielsen able to clear him. Moves into the 2 spot. We're nearly 3 wide behind them for 4th. Now we are 3 wide for 4th. And look at Bargliff through the middle into the 4th spot on the 45. Now we're 3 wide again behind them. Great racing here early on in this hobby stock feature, but Seidels will lead lap number 1 ahead of the T8 and Nielsen. Penny still runs 3rd, but here comes Bargliff. Bargliff to the inside now, side by side for 3rd. Can't make it happen that time, and now Nielsen in the 29 end to the outside of Barglove. He's going to try to take that position down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Can't make it happen this time. Corey Probst making his way through the field as well in the 75C, the Brewster, Minnesota native, to the inside of the 7C. Klaus, he's able to make that pass for that position back towards the front. Brandon Nielsen to the inside of Seidels, trying to make a run for the race lead down the back straightaway, side by side into 3 now for the top spot. Nielsen to the inside of Seidels. They make contact in turns 3 and 4. Still side by side, still door to door down the front straightaway. At the line, it's still Seidels in the 99, but Nielsen's right there. Barglove to the inside of Pinney as well. We're side by side for the lead. We're side by side for the third behind them. Give it to Barglove throughout of turn number 2. But your battle for the race lead ensues down the back straightaway. Seidels back to the top side. Brandon Nielsen down on the bottom of the 18. They'll stay door to door through turns 3 and 4, nearly making contact again off of turn number 4 as Nielsen pushes him high to the wall. You've got a new leader at the flag stand. It's Nielsen, but Seidels is going to fight back around the top side of the Speedway in the 99 machine. He's going to try to get a run off of turn number 2 and use the momentum to get a run on Nielsen. Nielsen clears him for the race lead, but Seidels is not quite done yet. They pull side by side again into turn number 3. Now Nielsen runs Seidels all the way up the racetrack. That's going to open the door on the bottom side of the Speedway momentarily. Barglove right there. He's going to move into the second spot underneath Seidels. Barglove to the inside of Seidels. He's got that spot. He wants one more with Nielsen. Now Seidels fights back on the outside of the Speedway. Try to make a run down the back stretch. Now Cody Nielsen to the inside of Pinney. He's going to try to make this a 5-car battle up at the front of the field. Nearly side by side for the race lead off of 4. Barglove right there on the 45. 3 wide for the race lead into 1. Barglove breaks in turns 1 and 2. That's going to bring out a caution flag. No caution out. Everybody stays pointed in the right direction. The big benefactor there is Seidels. It looks like something on the front end of Barglove's car broke through turns 1 and 2. He's able to keep it moving. Everybody stays in the right direction. Seidels way out front now. Nielsen in the T8 still runs second. Cody Nielsen now in third. Corey Probst fourth. From the back of the field, the 5th is a rookie driver from Rock Rapids, Dawson DeBoer. Leuenberg behind them. Then we'll find Barglove, who's fallen all the way back to the 8th spot. Commanding lead now for Seidels in the 99. We're side by side for 2 Nielsen brothers for second. Cody to the bottom, Brandon to the outside. Cody Nielsen to the inside of the Speedway. He pushes up into his brother. The Nielsen family just about wrecks each other. We're still green, and now we're 3 wide down the back straightaway. Probst to the inside of Nielsen. He's going to take that spot. Now Nielsen into Leuenberg. My goodness. And this feature, racing and keeping all of your fenders straight, might be just as good as a win. 2 laps to go now for Seidels. Klaus has moved to the inside of the Speedway. He'll be retired. He's in the infield. A straightaway advantage for the 99 of Seidels with 2 laps to go. Corey Probst still runs in the 2 spot. Side by side behind them. Dawson DeBoer's involved. Brandon Nielsen there. Leuenberg there as well. Brian Johnson, Briggs. Throw a blanket over those cars racing for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Dawson DeBoer now into the 4th spot. But meanwhile out front, white flag is out for Seidels in the 99. Brian Johnson into the wall of the 48J. He'll pull that car to the infield. We'll stay clean and green here on this final lap. Around turns 3 and 4 for the final time. The driver to the 99, Josh Seidels, your feature winner of the IMCA Howdy Stocks. He might be the only driver on the Speedway to keep all 4 fenders straight after that one, and it's enough to pick up the feature win here. The driver of the 99 machine, Josh Seidels. I don't know if you knew what was going on behind you, but you're the only car on the Speedway to keep all 4 quarters straight, and it paid off in a big way. The feature win, that's got to feel good.
Yeah, I got lucky. Brandon got by me, and I knew he's raced me clean all year, so I knew I had a chance to go side by side with him. And I don't know what happened with him and everybody over here, but cars went everywhere, and I just left it to the floor. So Just starting up front really helps on a track like this, as everybody's fast, it's wide open around the top.
Now, we're going into the fall, which is always big race season for the IMCA cars. You're picking up a feature win going into that big race season. I mean, that's got to build some momentum for you.
Yeah, I work for a farmer, so I don't get to race much. But yeah, hopefully fall's late. I'm trying to talk my boss and let me go down to Boone. By boss, I mean my wife. But yeah, hopefully we could have some momentum going. This is 2 wins in 7 days, so we'll take it.
Give him a hand one more time, race fans. Josh Seidel's in the 99, the night's hobby stock feature winner. Next time by will be Green Flag Racing for your IMCA Sport Modified feature. Give them a hand, race fans. These Sport Mods set to do battle 12 cars to go around the Clay County Fair Speedway. Keep an eye on the 14Z and the 1AND. They start 4th and 5th respectively. 3 points is the margin in the points battle for the 2018 championship between those two Sport Modified drivers. Norgard starts 1 spot ahead of Joint in the 1AND and the 14Z. Those 2 cars definitely ones to keep an eye on. But out front, James Jenkins sets the pace. Jesuit is outside. They'll roll through turns 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4. Green flag's out. We're underway. Around in front of the field. 1 around in front of the field, and it takes out both championship competitors. Caution flag out on the opening lap. James Jenkins in the 22J loops it in front of the field, and it takes out both drivers who are racing for the season championship. We'll see if either of those two can make repairs and join the tail of this field. So bowing out of competition after that one are James Jenkins and Mike Jensen. Brady Joint out as well. And it looks like the 15 of Dallas Nutt also not on the Speedway. So we've got 8 cars remaining on the racetrack. Green flag's out, we're back underway. Good start for Knetz, and he leads the field into turn 1 and 2. Matt Loft will try the outside of the Speedway. Can't make it happen that time. Knetz will lead down the back straightaway here in this opening lap. Paplo's there as well in the 25, but here comes Matt Loft to the inside. He'll try to run around the hub, around the tires of the Speedway. Gets it pointed in the right direction out of 4, and you've got a new leader. He'll lead lap number 1. It's Matt Loft in the 9. So it's Loft, Knetz, Paplo, Meyer, and Schaller. Oh, the 98 with a big move to the inside at turn number 2, and he's going to go 2 for 1 down the back straightaway. He gets around Meyer and Paplo in that 98 car. A big move for him down the back straightaway. Mike Bailey into 3rd, and he wants 1 more. Meanwhile, they're side by side behind him. Paplo around the outside, Meyer down to the bottom side of the Speedway. Meyer's going to try to the inside of Bailey. Can't make it happen. Eric Knetz still 2nd. Bailey 3rd. Side by side for 4th between Paplo and Meyer. Paplo takes the advantage into turn number 3 and runs around the top side of the Speedway. Out front, though, it's all Matt Loft, the Sway City Outlaw in the 9 car. Over 200 career IMCA wins, and he looks to add 1 more notch to the belt. Meyer slides high on the Speedway. That opens the door for Norgard. He moves to the inside of the 1M, and now Meyer's going to pull that car pit side. His evening is done as Norgard starts to make his way through the field. Second, third, 4th, and 5th is the best battle as they run single file down the back stretch. About a car length separate all 3. Now Bailey to the inside of Knetz. He'll take a peek to the bottom side. Can't make it happen that time, but he might have found a line as he's nose to tail with Knetz down the front straightaway. Bailey enters higher than Knetz in 1 and tries to point it off the bottom. Use the banking of the Speedway to gain momentum down the back stretch. They're nose to tail into 3. Now Bailey to the inside of Knetz. Side by side for 2nd. Give it to Bailey off of 4. Knetz fights back on the outside at the line. Give it to Bailey. He's in the 2 spot. He slides to the inside of Knetz and up in front of the nose. Meanwhile, Norgard's around Paplo as well. So Norgard's not content to just coast around up there. He's making passes. He's into 4th. Loft is out front now. Bailey runs 2nd. Knetz 3rd. Norgard 4th. And Paplo 5th. That's your top 5 as they run into turns 1 and 2. Norgard looks to the inside of Knetz. He's going to try to take that spot down the back straightaway. Zach Norgard doing his best to try to earn the championship here tonight. He's to the inside of Knetz. We got a caution flag. Caution flag. Caution flag. Caution flag out in turn number 1 for Jeremy Biddle out of Lawrence, Iowa on the 61 machine. Stop pointed the wrong way. Brings out a yellow flag for Biddle. Now what Matt Loft wanted to see is he had a commanding lead out in front of this field as the laps were winding down. Mike Bailey runs in second, Eric Knetz third, Zach Norgard fourth after restarting in 8th, doing his best to try to earn the championship. Paplo runs behind him in 5th. And does anyone have anything for Matt Loft in the 9? So far, no. He had a commanding lead over a straightaway advantage over the rest of the field. We'll see if Matt Loft can hold on to that and pick up a feature win here on the final points night of the season in 2018 here at the Clay County Fair Speedway. Loaf sets the pace on the inside of the speedway out of turn number 4. Green flag's out, we're underway. Good restart for Knetz, and look at Paplo on the outside. He moves into the 3 spot, down into turns 1 and 2. Knetz to the inside of Loaf, can't make the move. Paplo on the outside is around Bailey. Norgard's going to try to follow him on the inside of the speedway. Give Norgard one more spot into turn number 3. He's to the inside of Paplo as well. He's going to try to make a push for 3rd through turns 3 and 4. Meanwhile, out front, we're halfway home. Norgard's around Paplo. Paplo tries to fight back on the outside. We're going to stay side by side for 3rd down the back straightaway as Norgard's not quite able to clear him. He drives hard into turn number 3. He has to get all over the brakes to keep running in the back of the 75 of Knetz. That opens the door for Paplo on the top side to put a nose back in front. At the line, too close to call. I believe it was Norgard. Through turns 1 and 2 again. Now Norgard's cleared Paplo, and he's got the 3 spot as they run down the back straightaway, and he's going to try to pick up one more around Knetz. Back to the inside goes Norgard. Paplo back to the top side of the speedway to try to make a run. Can't make it happen. He's in danger of losing one to Bailey as well. Still a very good battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th as they're right through turns 1 and 2. Out front, nobody's touching the 9 though. Matt Loaf absolutely dominating this field. Second, 3rd, 4th, and 5th race off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Bailey to the inside of Paplo. He's going to try to make a run for 4th. Paplo fights back on the outside of the speedway. The inside looks like it's coming in here late on come feature time. Eric Knetz still holds on to 2nd ahead of Norgard. Now Bailey is in 4th. Paplo rounds out your top 5 and Kramer rounds out your field. Bailey now moves to the outside of Norgard in turn number 3. Now he changes lines back to the bottom side of the speedway. We got a side-by-side battle for 3rd off of turn 3 and 4. Norgard still has the spot. He'll slam the door on Bailey into turn number 1. He slides sideways in the apex and shoots off at turn number 2 down the back straightaway to try to get a run around Knetz. Can't make it happen that time. Meanwhile, up front, white flag's out. Matt Loft, final time around the speedway. Side by side for 2nd off at turn number 4. Give it to Knetz down the front straightaway. Bailey all the way on the outside of the speedway. He's going to try to get a run around Norgard. Can't make it happen. Off at turn number 4. This one's been decided for a while, folks. It's Matt Loft, tonight's feature winner. Battle for 2nd ensues. Knetz has the advantage down the front straightaway. 2nd to Knetz, 3rd to Norgard, 4th to Bailey. Rounding out your top 5 is a 25 of Paplo. And rounding out your field is the 18K of Kramer. But a commanding and dominating feature win for the 9 of Matt Loft. Matt, you kind of had to avoid the big one in turn number 1 on the opening lap, but after that it looked like smooth sailing out there in the 9.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky there going from the 5th row to the front row in the first corner, so that helped a lot. Other than that, the car was working really good. I got to thank everybody for their help and for all the fans coming out tonight too. And also a happy anniversary to my wife. We got I think it's our 7th anniversary tomorrow. So
You think it's your 7th?
I'm pretty sure.
Happy anniversary to the Loaf family. Tonight's feature winner here, Matt Loft.